All right, good. Hello, people. I hope everyone's doing well. Today, I want to talk about an NBA topic, in particular, a coach. And I want to say this is he's probably one of the greatest coaches in the NBA history. I got to say that again. The coach who I'm going to talk about, he may be one of the greatest coaches in NBA history, and I'm going to tell you why. The person I want to talk about is Erik. Well, anyway, before I even say his name, you probably heard me say that about some of it. But off the top of my head, here's the list of some of the NBA greatest coaches. And what I mean by greatest, that means they won at least 3 championships with one team. We know Red Auerbach, the Boston Celtics, won 11 championships. I know number 2, Pat Riley. I think he won at least 4 NBA championships with the Lakers. And then he won 1 with the Miami Heat. So he has 5 rings. So he showed that he is a great coach no matter where he go. But that's the reason why they a great coach. And I'm going to tell you why later. And number 3 that I can think of is Greg Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I'm sorry, people. I'm not a heavy NBA historian. So if I left off some historic coach who won at least 3 rings, please let me know in the comment section. But those are the coaches who I know off the top of my head. Those are the coaches that the medium level NBA players may know about. Now, they are great coaches because they had great talent. I heard before Bill Russell was on the Boston Celtics, the Celtics were a losing team. Pat Riley, he never coached before, so he just took off the bat and went with the Lakers. Now, my next one, Phil Jackson, I heard he was a good coach no matter where he went. I know he had a team in the CBA, the Defunct Developmental League at the time for the NBA, the CBA. And I heard from one of my, one of the internet channels I listened to, that he won a championship there. So at least Phil Jackson, he does have a degree of winning championships wherever he go at. But here's the biggest difference. For these coaches, Greg Popovich, who was losing with the San Antonio Spurs before Tim Duncan came there, Pat Riley, and Phil Jackson, they was mediocre NBA players. They was okay, but they was mediocre NBA players. But like I said earlier, Phil Jackson, he did win with the CBA, so he does have a degree of winning. But to be great coaches must have outstanding talent on their team. They need at least 1 great player and another one, a worthy secondary player. If those coaches who I named had that, they would take a team to a championship multiple times. Now, Erik Spoelstra, the coach I want to talk about, he hasn't won 3 championships, but he has won 2. But I should have said this too. And those coaches, they have been to the NBA Finals a number of times. So that's really the thing. All of those coaches have been to the NBA Finals a number of times, whether they have won or lost. So Erik Spoelstra, he did have 2 championships, but he went to the finals 4 times with LeBron James. And then when LeBron James left, like usual, the team go down. But now, here's the point I'm making to say why Erik Spoelstra may be greater than all of them. Because Erik Spoelstra is able to take a team at least to the NBA Finals without legendary players. He did it the first time during the bubble crisis, during the COVID bubble crisis. Some people may say that's a fluke. They probably say, okay, you had 4 months off. You just happened to get there, so that's a fluke. But this year, in 2023, he went back to the NBA Finals, and the season was a 482-game season. No breaks, no except for the All-Star break, but no 4 months off. The regular NBA season, and Erik Spoelstra has taken his team again to the NBA Finals. Now, all them other coaches, I never heard them taking B-level players to the NBA Finals. Now, Jimmy Butler, he's a good player. He's not like an elite level player. He's elite number one. Because I heard during the regular season, Jimmy Butler, he can barely score 20 points a game. He may score like 17 to 18 points a game. And then in the playoffs, he take it up to another notch. So that means he don't live up to the billing during the regular season, but he live up to it in like the playoffs. But my point is, Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Red Auerbach, and definitely Greg Popovich, we see what happened to him. Soon as Tim Duncan left, they probably went to the playoffs the first year after Tim Duncan left. But after that, after the second and third year of Tim Duncan's departure, he haven't been back to the finals since. So, like I said, that's my take. Erik Spoelstra, as far as I know, is the only legendary coach who has taken B-level players to the playoff. Now, and you know we live in this current age started with LeBron James in 2010 when the player was taking charge of their fate. That's a good thing. Because in years past, if a team didn't want you, they trade you. Now players say, I want to move. It may be a good thing or a bad thing for the NBA, but that remains to be seen. But as we see, even when players do decide to leave to make a so-called super team, they don't always win. Yes, LeBron James, when he went to the Miami Heat, he formed a super team. And they went to the finals a number of times. Now, but I will say this for LeBron James. Even before he did join up with the super team, he did have playoff or finals experience. Because remember, in 2007, he took the Cavaliers to the playoffs. They got swept. But he do have experience getting there. That will help him to get to those finals with the Heat 4 times in a row. He do have experience. Now, we see other super teams, they don't fare as well as LeBron James. And I think, too, when LeBron James went to Miami Heat, they didn't have a whole lot of injuries. That may be another factor. That's why they went to the finals 4 times. They didn't have major injuries to those key players, unlike the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are a super team where the players decided where they wanted to go. So that broke the old paradigm when the coaches, when the team sends you. No, the new era, the players went to that super team, but they didn't live up to the billing. But I know one of the major reasons why, because they had a lot of injuries. And COVID matters, slowed them down too. So they had a lot of injuries and COVID matters, took them down. But they still did not live up to the billing. I don't even think got to a conference finals in New Jersey. So super teams don't always work. You have to have a player, a legendary, to make a super team win. You have to have a legendary player who wants to be in charge of the team. Because we know now, the legendary players who play for the Brooklyn Nets, he don't like being in charge. And that could have happened to him. But, before I leave, so I talked about the super team, but you may see why, now I'm jumping back into the modern era in 2023, we may see why Damian Lillard, I hope I say his name right, may have wanted to go to the Miami Heat. Most super teams, if they don't have a legendary player, legendary player, they can get together all they want to, but they still may end in failure, as we saw with the Nets, still may end in failure. But Damian Lillard said, hey, I want to go to the Miami Heat because here's why. This is my take why. Because he knows Erik Spoelstra is a coach who can take you to the NBA Finals. A lot of coaches can't do that. We see how Greg Popovich is suffering now. He got the #1 draft pick. So we see how he doing. But Erik Spoelstra is way leagues above them, those other coaches, because he can take, like I said, he can take B-level talent to the NBA Finals. And that could be a reason why Damian Lillard want to go there. And I don't see why other players don't want to go there. A lot of them other players who are elite level players, but I think I know why. Because, the Miami Heat they may have an old school like way of doing things. Now, Erik Spoelstra, he is new school, but he has a little bit of old school in him too. Pat Riley there, so Pat Riley may have a little influence on old school mentality, and those players don't like old school coaching that much. But I don't hear Kevin Durant, James Harden, none of them say, I want to go to Miami because I know if I go to Miami, I got a coach, not the players. The players take that too, but I got a coach who can coach us to the NBA Finals. Erik Spoelstra, players do know that. They got a coach who will not balk under pressure. They have a coach who has been to the NBA Finals at least 6 times. Yeah, 6 times. 4 with Miami when LeBron was there, and 2 times when he left. So I don't see why players should be running. Elite level players like Damian Lillard. I hope he's sending a message to others. Should be wanting to go to Miami. Because if Kevin Durant went to Miami, he probably would have a ring by now. Because he is an elite level player. But he likes to go to other teams where you don't have an elite coach. The players don't take you to the NBA Finals. It's really that coach. The players got the talent, but the coach is the one who calm you down, give you the X and O's to win that championship. So it don't make no sense. Damian Lillard, from what I can see, I will say at least he has his head screwed on right. He want to go to a place where, hey, I got a high chance of going to the NBA Finals, not just a place where there's a bunch of other elite level players at and he just pounding their heads together, ending up nowhere. Thank you for stopping by. Give me your comments on how you rank Erik Spoelstra as a coach. Like I said, I see him above all the others because he don't need superstars to win, to get to the finals. He can take B-level standard players who work hard because he make you work hard. So leave your comments. Thank you for stopping by, good people. Until the next time, have a peace.